Introduction. Welcome to our news channel. Today's video will provide an in-depth look at a report that has raised significant concerns worldwide. The report suggests that Iran relocated much of its highly enriched uranium just before a massive airstrike by the United States. This strike was carried out using B-2 Spirit bombers, one of the U.S. Air Force's most advanced stealth aircraft. The report, which has allegedly come from leaked intelligence sources, has set off debates among international analysts, nuclear oversight agencies, and government officials across the globe. In this video, we'll walk you through all the key details. It's offering a complete, structured, and credible breakdown of the situation. We'll also dive into the critical questions arising from this event. So make sure to stay tuned until the end to get all the facts. Operation Midnight Hammer. The U.S. airstrike on June 21, 2025. The United States launched Operation Midnight Hammer, a high-profile military operation targeting several of Iran's key nuclear facilities. The operation was carried out using a fleet of stealth B-2 Spirit bombers, specially chosen for their ability to evade detection while carrying out their mission. The three primary targets of this operation were Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. These sites are critical to Iran's uranium enrichment program, which has been a source of international concern for many years. Iran's nuclear facilities have been the focus of numerous diplomatic efforts to curb their ambitions. But this military strike signaled a more direct approach. The U.S. Department of Defense reported that the operation lasted less than 2 hours, and the bombers deployed GBU-57 massive ordnance penetrators (MOPs), powerful bunker-busting bombs designed to penetrate several meters of reinforced concrete and soil before exploding. The purpose of these bombs is to destroy heavily fortified underground facilities. According to the Pentagon, the attack was a success. They claimed that nearly all of the critical parts of Iran's uranium enrichment facilities had been severely damaged. The U.S. also suggested that this damage would set back Iran's nuclear program by several years, making it harder for them to develop the necessary materials for nuclear weapons. Leaks and rising concerns, however. Just days after the strike, reports began to surface that raised doubts about the effectiveness of the operation. Various Western media outlets reported that a significant portion of Iran's highly enriched uranium may not have been present at the sites when the attack occurred. This information came from a leaked report, allegedly from U.S. intelligence sources, which stated that Iran had moved over 400 kilograms of highly enriched uranium just days before the airstrike. This amount of uranium, if further processed, is enough to produce up to 10 nuclear warheads. The leak left many wondering, how did Iran know about the strike? Did they receive intelligence that allowed them to relocate the uranium? Was this a sophisticated move, showing just how advanced Iran's intelligence network is? The leak also raises concerns about the effectiveness of the U.S. airstrike. If Iran had already moved its uranium, did the U.S. really achieve its strategic objectives? The information sparked widespread speculation in international circles and led to more questions than answers. Was Iran aware of the attack? Although there's no official confirmation about the authenticity of the leaked report, many observers think that there might be some truth to it. A few days before the strike, the International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA) issued a statement indicating that Iran had restricted access to several of its nuclear sites. This raised suspicions that Iran was preparing for something significant, perhaps anticipating a military strike. The idea that Iran might have known about the strike beforehand isn't as far-fetched as it seems. If the report about the uranium relocation is true, it suggests that Iran might have had advanced knowledge of the impending attack. Some analysts believe that this could be the result of an effective intelligence network inside Iran, one that may have detected the buildup of U.S. forces and anticipated the military action. International reactions and growing tensions. The news about the uranium relocation spread quickly, and various governments and international bodies have expressed their concerns about the airstrike's effectiveness. Some of the U.S.'s allies, who were initially supportive of the mission, have started to question whether the strike fully achieved its intended objectives. There are even claims that the uranium relocation could have nullified much of the damage that the U.S. hoped to inflict on Iran's nuclear capabilities. On the other hand, Some analysts believe that Iran's ability to move its uranium suggests that they had prepared for such a situation for quite some time. This could be a sign that Iran anticipated the possibility of military confrontation and had taken preemptive steps to protect its nuclear program. Despite these concerns, the U.S. government continues to maintain that the operation was a success. According to official statements, the airstrike inflicted substantial damage on Iran's nuclear infrastructure. Officials argue that while some uranium may have been relocated, the strike still significantly hampered Iran's ability to continue its enrichment program. Buying time before any future escalation, the International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA) weighs in. The IAEA, the international body responsible for monitoring nuclear activities, has also been involved in this matter. Their preliminary report indicated that several monitoring systems at the Fordow and Natanz facilities were damaged during the airstrike. These monitoring systems play a critical role in tracking the movement of nuclear materials and ensuring that countries comply with nuclear non-proliferation agreements. Furthermore, the IAEA noted that satellite imagery had shown suspicious activity before the strike. There were signs that Iran had been moving large items and vehicles to unknown locations, which further fueled speculation about the relocation of uranium. In addition to these findings, there's been talk of Iran potentially hiding new nuclear facilities. Satellite images have shown the construction of a large underground facility in northeastern Iran. However, no independent confirmation has been made about the purpose of this structure. The bigger picture? What happens next? Whether the report about the uranium relocation is true or not. One thing is certain: the U.S. airstrike represents a significant shift in the geopolitics of the Middle East. This was the largest military strike targeting a nation's nuclear infrastructure in over a decade, and it used cutting-edge technology to carry out the mission. If Iran did manage to relocate its uranium, it could have a major impact. With their enriched uranium hidden, Iran could continue its nuclear program or even build nuclear weapons without fear of an immediate follow-up attack, especially if the new location is kept secret. This would give Iran a strategic advantage. In the ongoing conflict, the United States is not likely to sit back and wait. We expect increased aerial surveillance and intelligence operations across Iran to track any movements or new nuclear facilities. If more evidence of hidden sites emerges, the U.S. could take additional military action. Regional and global implications. The implications of this conflict extend beyond the U.S. and Iran. Other countries in the region, such as Israel, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey, will have to adjust their security policies to cope with the growing nuclear threat from Iran. Some of these nations may begin exploring their own nuclear defense strategies as a preventive measure. On a global level, this crisis could trigger a new arms race in the Middle East. It may also lead to renewed debates within the United Nations about nuclear weapons regulation, and the role of the IAEA. The international community might increase diplomatic pressure on countries that do not comply with nuclear non-proliferation agreements. Conclusion. In conclusion, the leaked report about Iran's possible uranium relocation raises many questions, but we still do not have all the answers. Whether the relocation happened or not, the U.S. airstrike marks a new phase in Middle Eastern geopolitics. It was a bold move, using advanced technology to target Iran's nuclear infrastructure. If Iran has indeed hidden its uranium, this gives them a strategic advantage, but it also opens the door for more conflict. The situation is still developing. We will continue to monitor it closely, bringing you verified and unbiased updates. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can stay informed on this and other important global issues.